Today I'm going to present to you the top 10 worst cards you hate seeing flipped against you, whether it's a hand trap, battle trap, summon trap, booby trap, she-male trap, or any kind of annoying sacky bullshit in between. Hopefully there's something for you in this video, so please enjoy. You know when you've lost a dice roll and you're looking at your opponent and they have this really strange aura about them, like they're about to really fuck your shit up turn one because they just seemed a little bit too excited about winning the dice roll? Why do they always seem to be Infernity players or something that just has a ridiculously unfair advantage going first in game one? I absolutely hate going second on turn one, sitting there when your opponent sets 3 cards and I think to myself, okay, I guess it's my turn now finally. Then they're all, well I guess I'll just have to activate this card. Can I see your hand please? Let me get this straight. So you get to go first, look at my hand, discard something out of my hand, and go plus? This card isn't even that bad, it's just the deck it's used in is so goddamn infuriating. Main decking triple skill drain just because your mum's a whore, popping your shit, expendable 3000 beat stick they're gonna tribute to destroy all your traps or spells. Another 3000 beat stick easily brought out of the graveyard to hit your abusive father with. A searcher, easy tour guide plays and rank 3 plays. Oh, I hate Dark World. You know what I hate most? Cards that say, you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't mean things like Royal Decree, even Kaiser to an extent. I mean, you can play around this, and you can provide outs to it. But you know what's worse than a card that says, you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh? A card that says, you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! With 2600 attack points. Granted, not a lot of decks can even run it, but still, Majesty's Fiend, oh, it's new, but I'm already sick of it. You know when you've been sitting there all game trying to bait out and work around your opponent's back row and annoying set fire and ice hands, just because the hat deck plays so much back row that you need to bait out and try so hard to make them waste their resources on your shitty plays? Then you're like thinking to yourself, finally, okay, I managed to get rid of your hands, most of your good traps are in the graveyard, I guess it's time to finally overextend and go for game. And then when you're finally just about to get your most important play off, they go boom, Artifact Sanctum. Special summon a level 5 light, which you know they're going to go into Pleiades with after they're done wrecking your shit from the deck. This card just steals games on his own. Literally just steals games right out of your grandma's bank account. Not a lot of decks that are meta can even run him, but you know when your opponent says in that annoying smug voice, and you can't see the card just yet, but you're looking at the graveyard, then they're like, banish 1 light, banish 1 dark, and you instantly look at your life points knowing that even if you're at like 4000 life points, it probably doesn't even matter because he's just going to smash you twice. And at least if you're not dead, did you make some kind of nifty little defense on your side of the board to protect yourself? Like, oh, I don't know, Zen mains? That's too bad. There's nothing worse than saving your bottomless or torrential or solemn warning for that critical monster in your opponent's overextending combo plays, just for it to be wiretapped. It's even worse when they wiretap solemn warning, because you know you're just going to dead draw that later in 2 turns when you have 1900 life points, because the evil spirits of a children's card game hates you and your mum enough to stack your deck. You know what I love more than my solemn warning getting wiretapped? When my wiretap gets wiretapped. Do you ever get so excited in your plays that you've calculated to now have game on board exactly? So you attack your opponent with the monster that has just enough to get over theirs and they ask you, damage calculation? And you're like, hang on a second, I didn't even realize that was a light monster. It's annoying because this card is always used in the most obscure of decks that has like 1 light monster or something like that, and they still manage to draw it and drop it on your stupid ass. Okay, I know this card is banned, and it's definitely banned for a reason, but oh my god, was there ever a card more soul-destroying to see flipped against you than this during the battle phase? I mean, okay, I'll just banish all my monsters, go plus off of banishing my monsters, and then I'll flip this card and attack you for like 20,000 damage. Really? Like, you're gonna search out all your dragons, and then you're just gonna bring them back the next turn and smack me in my deck with it? I don't know what else to say about this card. You know that feeling you get when you wake up on Christmas morning all excited, like, yes, oh my god, it's Christmas, I'm gonna get so many presents. And then you realize you're Muslim. That's what return from being flipped against you is like. There aren't a lot of cards in the game that are amazing to have almost at like 100% of any situation ever. In fact, there's only a handful of cards, literally a handful of cards, that are almost always a game-winning top deck no matter what the situation is. This is one of them. I don't quite know how scientifically accurate a dark hole in Yu-Gi-Oh is, but anything that destroys all your shit with no cost is like going to the store to buy some groceries and then realizing your girlfriend left you for a rich Arab oil merchant because you're ugly and smell like gasoline. I'm not sure what this has to do with dark hole, but that's kind of how I feel when I dark hole my field I set up to OTK next turn with soul charge. This is the thing about dark hole, right? It's not that good right now, but the thing is, it's almost always useful. It just it doesn't have a cost. That's the problem, because you know they're going to use dark hole when they don't control a monster, or when they have like a 101 on board or something. They're just gonna protect that shit, or even like Zen mains, which is even dirtier because they're just gonna pop your back row with it in the end phase. The worst cards in the game are without a doubt the ones where you're going to attack knowing you have game on board exactly, and then all of a sudden you get Battle Fader or Honest dropped on your life. But I'll tell you what's worse than attacking for game and failing. It's getting a 2700 beat stick shoved up your ass. Imagine an anal probe that duplicated itself into another bigger anal probe once inside of you. That's what Gorz, the Emissary of Darkness, feels like. Not one anal probe, but two anal probes. An anal probe that copies itself and has your face on it. Gorz steals games, and again, like Honest, for some reason it's always the most obscure of decks that run him. Your opponent has one card in their hand, just a single card, and I have like 9,000 damage on board. I've so got this. What could you possibly do without any cards on your field and one card in your hand? Well, drop Gorz, I guess. You could do that. It's not so much that this deck is particularly good right now or anything, it's just that I feel it's the most luck-based deck in the game. Mill, 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 special summon a free monster because it went to the graveyard. Mill, Eclipse Wyvern. Mill, draw a card. Banish Judgment Dragon. Banish Eclipse Wyvern. Monster Reincarnation, Blackluster Soldier. Negate your Grand's life support machine with Necrogardener. Okay, now I'll drop 3 of these guys on you simultaneously, one after the other. That is, you know, obviously after the first one pays a measly 1,000 life points and throws a nuclear bomb into your toilet. Oh well, bye-bye field. God, I hate Judgment Dragon. Saxworn noobs thinking they're good at Yu-Gi-Oh! This is almost as bad as OPHION set 5. Seriously. Well, I hope you enjoyed my list and hopefully didn't take it too personally or anything, but you know, that's my opinion, and if you enjoyed it, or even if you didn't enjoy it, I don't care. Just comment, like, subscribe anyway. Thanks for watching.